we've been kind of a mental case as a team instead of just playing the game as we know it to play, as we know it to be. And today we just played a lot. You know, it wasn't really a lot of talking about this or that. It was just like just play. You know, use play to our instincts, play the game. You know, the way that we know how to play, and just be free out there. And it felt good. You know, just as a group, I thought it just just felt good to just play. And I think with our our mix of vets and then some young guys stepping into bigger roles and newer roles, it takes time for them to get comfortable with that. And that's my biggest takeaway. From the preseason and things that we can just be better about.
You guys are overthinking stuff the way you just talked about, just because it's so many new guys and so many guys. Do you think that's kind of why you guys are like overthinking, like how everybody fits together and the kind of stuff you're running as opposed to like letting it come naturally?
I think part of it coming naturally is us being comfortable with each other. Is especially defensively, it takes trust. To leave your man and come, to the paint and help and know that somebody's going to leave their man and sink and take the first pass if they throw it to your man. Like it's a lot of our stuff is just being on the string. We got to, when the ball moves, one person has to move to help, the other person has to help them. Somebody else has to be stunting. And when the ball goes back out, then we basically have somebody else closing out, and you got to find the next open man. So and that requires a lot of trust. And I think right now, we just don't have the level of trust that we need to defensively. And I think offensively, it's the same. We still learning each other. We still just trying to figure out, is this guy going to cut from the weak side if I'm attacking? What position does he like the ball? If I swing it to him, is he comfortable handling and making the next play, or should I be, looking to skip to somebody else in the corner so that they can make it easier for the next guy? It's a lot of things like that, and it just takes time to get comfortable with that.
So every season, I think, whether you're front office, coach, player, media, fan, you look at a season through a certain lens, and like that's how you kind of judge it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a championship team, a playoff team, or whatever? How are you viewing this season?
I think y'all know by now that I'm always a believer. But I think my perspective has just changed. Just taking a step back and not playing for so long and just watching and having time away. I didn't come into the season saying, "Oh, we're gonna win the championship. We have to win the championship." It's like you just never know. Last year nobody knew Golden State was gonna win, and nobody knew Boston was gonna be in the finals. And they wasn't jumping out there saying it. It was just like they struggled, for a little bit, and they just got to know each other. They got more comfortable with each other. They settled into what the new principals, the coaches, the new coaching staff had, and they started to click. They figured it out. They had that trust and they had that togetherness. And when you have that, then it's just a belief that's there. I felt it before on a couple of teams that I played on, where you don't just magically be like, all right, we got it this time. You just feel that sense of like togetherness and that belief. And when you get on the court, you just go out there like every game is like we're gonna win. You know what I mean? And I think I'm coming into this season just trying to work into the spirit of that. Like just trying to get to that point where we comfortable with each other on that level. We believe in each other on that level, and we got the talent, we got the versatility. It's just a matter of us getting to that point. And if we do, who knows what can happen.
Like if I looked in at the crystal ball in April and you guys are a play-in team, would you be okay with that?
I mean, I would. That's not what I would want, but I mean, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I'm not looking at it like, oh, it's the end of the world. We a playing team. I mean, I just said y'all been around me. I'm a believer. I'm optimistic. So in that situation, I'll probably tell you, if we draw the right matchup and if we playing well at the right time, anything could happen. But it's not ideal. I would like for us to be in a better position than that. But we'll see.
How long into the season does it typically take for you guys? When you have a new team like this, how long does it typically take an experience to develop the kind of trust that you want in your career, like experience?
It's been different. I think my second year in the NBA, I felt it right away. It was like, the first week of the season, I was like, this is going to be different. Like, it just felt different. And then after that, I would say, maybe my sixth year, once we got, like, post All-Star, like my sixth year, my seventh year, I feel like post All-Star, I was like, we about to beat everybody. Like I don't care who we playing against, we gonna win. And that's just it wasn't just me feeling like that because I'm gonna have big games. It was like our team just felt like this guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. We just doing it. We not overly talking about it. We just understand what it takes, and we know how to get that out of each other. And that's the point that I want to see this team get to.
I think we can see that Chauncey is good with you guys on a relating basis and communication basis.
Mm.
Can you tactical perspective?
I think he's he's a thinker. He's a point guard. He's a championship point guard. So he thinks the game. Nothing that he is presenting to us or putting us through or wanting from us is on just a surface level. So I think that's also a part of the adjustment for our team. It requires us to think as a team and understand why we're doing what we're doing and the purpose behind a lot of these things, because that's what's going to allow us to sustain it and do it against everybody. So I would say tactically, he's sharp, very present in that way. But for it to work, it has to have some carryover to the team. We have to be able to follow that. Otherwise, you know, it's just him as a sharp thinker, and a sharp coach. But because that's definitely, I think, the angle that he's taking with the team. But we got to put it on the floor.
What if hearing that Gary's not going to be available for the start of the regular season, and that someone who's had a similar procedure, and I know you really have been looking forward to playing with Gary. What's your thoughts on knowing that he's not going to be out there with you guys at least initially?
I mean, it's unfortunate, but we've played what 5-6 preseason games now, and he hasn't been out there. So you gotta roll out there with what is going to be available, and just know that we got that in our back pocket. It's going to come a time where we're going to be rolling him out there, and it's another layer and another level that we're going to be able to go to with him. But right now, we got to go with what we got, and I feel comfort in knowing that if there is something missing out there, that he could provide, it's going to be helpful for us in the end. But we're not going to win nothing on opening night. So I think we got to just be committed to taking it a day at a time and then reaching that point that I've been speaking on and being connected and together.